ball, finds a hole up the middle.
Steps up, goes deep left side, receiver open, count it, touchdown Titans! Takes a nice shot outside the goal box and he will break the 0-0 tie. Fantastic shot by Kenloff Solon.
Giller makes a move, a good one, opportunity here, the Bears score! The Bears strike first.
He's at the 40, he's down to the 30, the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Jalen Bryan. Why not? What a beautiful run.
Maureen there, fights her off the puck, opportunity here, another sit, and a goal! Second chance effort for the Pioneers.
Put the icing on the cake, if you will, Michael. Go down and got to the outside and said good evening and good night.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome to Oakdale, Minnesota and Tartan High, home to the Titans. Tonight, the Raiders from Hastings are in town to take on your Tartan Titans. Alongside Alex Westad, I'm Jeff Brand. Glad to have you with us.
Well, Jeb, it's a beautiful night here for the last night of the regular season for Minnesota State High School football. We have a huge matchup tonight.
It's a bit chilly here this evening.
Well, as you can see, not a few clouds in the sky, but overall mostly clear. A slight wind out of the northwest at 8 miles an hour, and a very seasonal 48 degrees here tonight.
Both teams coming out of the East Metro Red Conference as we take a look at where both teams stand thus far.
Well, both teams in conference play this year are 3-4. A huge matchup here for both squads. If they can hit that 500 mark, it'll be a huge step in the right direction for both teams.
Take a look at the matchup here tonight for the Raiders and for your Tartan Titans.
Well, we look at the Hastings Raiders, and we can see that they have a very balanced offense, averaging about 125 yards, both rushing and passing the ball. But on the Tartan Titans side, they tend to pass a little more, averaging about 175 yards. If they want to have success here tonight against Hastings, they'll have to start running the ball just a little more.
Should be a good one tonight. It's senior night here at Tartan. We'll see if the seniors are ready to bring it. We got our kickoff coming up next.
Alvin and the Chipmunks want to remind you bacteria can hide in food and make you ill. Wow! But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps. Clean, separate, cook, and chill. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
We've all seen stories of conflict that ended with peace. We've seen stories of hunger end in abundance. We see stories of fear, despair, and poverty, but they can end with courage, hope, and love. With you. Be a part of writing a story that's greater than poverty. Learn how at worldvision.org.
Yeah, welcome back to Tartan High as we get set for tonight's kickoff between the Raiders and the Titans. Again, Alex, as we talked in the pregame, pretty exciting matchup here tonight in the sense that both teams are really battling, for that next spot in the standings.
Yeah, essentially a battle for 500 for both teams here. It's a huge improvement of where they were last year, especially for Tartan. Last year finishing up at 1-8. This year, if they win tonight, they'll be 4-4 already, and a great step in the right direction for this program.
One of the big things that we've seen in the pregame, the senior running back, Kingston Miles, didn't look like he had suited up. It could be a big loss for the Titans if he's unable to go tonight.
Well, it'll be a huge loss for the Titans because Miles, over the course of the season, has emerged as their #1 overall running back. So they'll need somebody to step up, maybe Cyrus Kalkworth, maybe somebody else to come on up and be that replacement to keep the run game going, because that's essentially the key here for this Tartan offense tonight.
The Titans will receive the kick here as the Raiders get set to kick. Back to receive for the Titans is Tim Owen for the Titans. And for the Raiders to kick is #1, Colin C., as he gets all set up here. And we are underway as the kick is sent back and deep. And Owen is there to take it from the 2 as he advances up through the middle, cuts it up, and then pulled back down. He's taken down at about the 11. A decent return there, about 10 yards on the return.
Well, Jeb, I think this first drive for Tartan is going to be a huge implication of where their offense is going to go across the course of the game. This offense has been very hit or miss across the season, and they've been better on the road than they have been at home, so they need to come out to a strong start tonight.
Beautiful evening here, some fall night for some football, like we talked about. Light breeze and a little bit chilly, but just perfect setting for some high school football. As they get ready, Hernandez under center takes the snap. He airs one out to the far side. That's Thompson, able to make the first man miss and get some positive yardage there. And then gang tackled by the Raiders. First completion for Hernandez is good to Thompson.
A nice little screen out to the outside here. Didn't have any blocking to get upfield, but he's able to make that individual effort. Little stutter step to get outside. He's got a nice little gain there on first down.
So a good start for the Titans. As they're off and running, they mark them down at about, it looks like, the 32. So a good positive gain. Brings up second and short here for the Titans. And Hernandez now under center. He takes a snap. This time looks out to his left. It's caught. Good there. And again, Thompson is able to make the first man miss. Positive yardage in our first down tonight for the Titans. Again, Hernandez to Thompson. And that one's good for a first down.
Oh, it's essentially the same play there, just that little screen out to the left side. They switch sides to check that other secondary, and again, just that individual effort here just gets him upfield almost to the midfield marker. Great movement here so far, and we knew coming in that passing offense was going to dominate Tartan, and it's worked so far.
And so now the Titans will take it from the 47. It's 1st and 10. Hernandez starts out 2 of 2 early on in this first drive as he's under center. He drops back, 3-step drop off to the left again. It's complete, and this time for a short gain. And the receiver on the play there that time was Braun for the Titans.
Well, again, they're going back to the pass here. A good throw there from Hernandez, maybe a little high, but they get across midfield, and the yardage keeps moving, and they keep moving the ball down the field.
Effective thus far as Hernandez 3 of 3 on this opening drive. 2 different receivers now as, again, he's under center just across midfield. And it's I formation for the Titans. The first handoff on the ground up the middle, and it's a good positive yardage there for Tartan as the ball carrier, again, was Owen for the Titans offense.
Well, Tim Owen is a player that has a lot of dimensionality to him. He plays secondary, he plays running back, he can catch the ball as well. A good gain, starting to get that running attack going. With the pass working so well, let's try something else, see what we can do.
And it's good for close to a first. It'll bring up 3rd and 3, and as you touched on, Owen, only a sophomore for the Titans, so things are looking strong for the program as they move forward. 3rd and 3 with 10:15 left to play, opening quarter. Hernandez under center, drops back again. He rolls out to the right, throws far side, and this one's just out of the reach for Benjamin Braun, and that'll bring up a 4th and short. We'll see what the Titans decide to do.
Maybe an ill-advised pass there by Marco Hernandez, maybe tucking it down and running with the ball. Could have gotten him the first down, but the pass was at least a foot or two over the head of the intended receiver, and looks like they'll come on to punt.
And so a good defensive stand for the Raiders as the Titans got off to an early start, but Hastings able to force Tartan to punt. And back to punt for the Titans. And it's a fake, and as they take it right up the middle, they'll gain the first down. And some exciting trickery here as the darkness of the jerseys even fooled me.
Well, I think that was number 31, Alexander Ball, a linebacker, who just took that ball. No one was expecting that. I know we certainly weren't. He got an outstanding gain there on 4th down.
Nice job by number 17, Benjamin Braun, the decoy/punter, as he jumped as if to make it look like the ball had been snapped over his head. Nevertheless, it's a first down for the Titans from the 31. As Hernandez now out of the shotgun, the Raiders show blitz. And Hernandez drops back again, passing play right side. This one's caught right around the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard or so on the play. And the receiver that time, again, Benjamin Braun, as he picks up another catch and positive yardage for the Titans.
Well, Hernandez does a good job of identifying the blitz. Hastings had maybe 6-7 guys right there on the line. He did a great job of getting that ball out quickly and throwing it to somebody who was open. And for the passing game, continuing to move the ball and keeping the clock moving is important.
3 yards on the gain. It brings up 2nd and 7 from the 28 as the Titans are marching now, approaching the red zone. Hernandez again out of the shotgun. As he drops back, steps forward, and again finds Braun. Braun, though, fumbles, and it's been ruled incomplete. A good break for the Titans as Braun looked to make a move, but the ball was knocked out immediately.
We'll take a look at it here. I agree with the initial ruling of an incomplete pass. It looks like Braun was able to catch the ball, but he didn't have the time to make a football move, as the term is, and I think a good incompletion call there.
So a good break for the Titans as it'll bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 7 to be exact, again from the 28. And just under 9 minutes left to play. Opening drive for the Titans as the Raiders are looking for another big stop here on 3rd down. And the Titans line up. They'll go 2 receivers wide. Hernandez again out of the shotgun. Single back into block. Hernandez rolls out. And he's going to be unable to get away as a huge loss here. The Hastings come up big on 3rd. And a tough break for the Titans there as Hernandez had nowhere to go with the ball that time.
Well, not just did he have nowhere to go, he didn't know what to do with the ball when the pressure came. He gets a good blitz here, but eventually just take a knee, do anything to get down because he lost an additional 10 yards as opposed to where if he would just gone down that first time.
It'll be interesting to see. My guess is they're certainly going to punt this time around as back to punt for the Titans is David Larson. A huge sack by the Hastings. It brings up 4th and 26, and they do indeed punt. This one sent up and to the left. A decent-sized pump, but it goes the Hastings roll, and they touch it down there, and that's where the Hastings Raiders offense will truck onto the field, and we'll see what the Raiders offense has to offer for this Titan defense.
Well, we talked about how significant it would have been for Tartan to get on the board early here, and a drive that looked like it had all sorts of potential just stalled out there, and we'll look to see if this defense can do anything. As we look at that sack again, 85 for Hastings. That's Josh Miser, came off the edge unblocked. He had a free run at Marco Hernandez, and as a result, Tartan had to punt.
So Hastings will start here on offense, and immediately it's a pitch out to the left with room to run. Good positive yardage here for the Raiders as he gets around the outside, and he's taken down at about the 36. An explosive run by Obi Embu, the running back, tailback for the Raiders. A good start for the Hastings.
Well, we knew coming in that Tartan was going to have a tough time defending the run, and they had every opportunity to get the running back here, but he just keeps going, and missed tackles hurt this Tartan defense on this play.
1st and 10 from the 31. 7:47 left to play, opening quarter. A huge run there by Embu. And now out of the shotgun is Comer. And again, they keep it on the ground with Embu, and again, he gains some positive yardage, and he takes it up for about a 3-yard gain on the play.
Well, we look at the play here again. Embu just right up the middle. Will run to the outside, work chest that interior offense. A couple of big guys there up front for Tartan, especially Ben Hadeen, 6 foot tall, 225 as a senior. If they want to have success with the run, they'll have to try up the middle.
And so that brings up 2nd and 6 now from the 33. Again, Comer out of the shotgun. And Embu this time is in the block. It's an out pass right away. And immediately the Titans defense is there to pick it up. But again, a gain of about a yard for the Raiders. That time was Weiss, the receiver on the play.
Well, Tartan used this play effectively their first 2 passes, but it didn't quite work for this time. As Tartan was able to identify it quickly, and they blew it up right on the outside. Looked like they were working with some sort of a zone, and easy recognition by Tartan, and a great way to set up a 3rd down here, maybe get off the field.
Only a yard gained on the play. It brings up 3rd and 6 from the 33. And they line up 2 receivers left, 1 right. Comer out of the shotgun again. And Embu, and maybe a false start here on the, it looks like encroachment. Tough break for the Titans as they had the Raiders at 3rd and 6. And now they lose, tough break there on the encroachment call.
Well, now all of a sudden this opens up the Hastings playbook a lot more than what they had before. Before it probably would have been a passing down, but now you can try and run the ball up the middle, run to the outside, something to test this Tartan defense early.
Absolutely. It's a first down because of the penalty. It brings up 1st and 10 now from the 33 as the Raiders are sniffing the red zone here and looking for the first score tonight. Comer out of the shotgun again. Embu, the lone back. 2 receivers left, 1 right. It's a drop play, and Comer keeps it himself, and again is able to pick up some yardage out across the 20, now into the red zone, and a nice play there as Comer kept it himself and was able to pick up some yards.
Well, Comer is a very versatile player, one of several for this Hastings Raiders team. He's able to see a hole here and keep it himself, and he gets a great roll as we look at it again here. Keeps the fake, and then he's able to cut out to the right side where there's a bit of a hole and a nice gain on first down.
Fantastic play really on Comer's part because Logan Jennings was there to take out Embu immediately, but Comer held on. Now here we are, Comer out of the shotgun again. He's got receivers left. He looks left, throws deep, touchdown Raiders, as it's Nathaniel Weiss. And our first score tonight is a nice passing play from Comer to Weiss, corner of the end zone. And the Raiders take an early 6-0 lead.
Well, Jeb, I think this was broken coverage on the outside. Weiss had one-on-one, and he was able to just beat his man deep. As you can see there, at least 6 feet of separation between him and the nearest defender. An easy touchdown, the kind of stuff that Hastings will look to run with all night.
Beautiful throw and beautiful touch there by Colin Comer. And all Weiss had to do is corral it in. Now the extra point is up, and it is no good. Pulled left. And again, Comer is actually not only the star quarterback, but also kicks the extra points. But that one pulled a little bit to the left. So our opening drive for the Raiders ends in a touchdown from Comer to Weiss. The Hastings Raiders have a 6-0 lead. We'll be back right after this.
You've messed up your son's haircut. Do you try to fix it? Work with what you've got? Or show solidarity?
Thank you, babe. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
And welcome back as the Raiders score first on a 21-yard pass from Comer to Nathaniel Weiss. As you take a look at Colin Comer there, unfortunately unable to convert the extra point. As he sends it deep now, back to receive for the Titans. This one will go into the end zone, and the touchback is called. So the Titans will start from their own 20 and see if they can answer to the early Raider score.
Well, we look at their first drive on the night here, Jeb, and they went 9 plays for 36 yards, and they took 7 minutes off the clock. But the problem with that is that it was an empty possession for them. They had an opportunity, at least a field goal, but that sack really hurt them at the end of the drive, and they had to punt. And then when Hastings able to march right down the field and get an easy touchdown, it's not looking too good for Tartan so far.
And you touched on it. The toughest part of all that is the Titans' encroachment penalty set up the 1st and 10, and they're able to find Weiss in the corner of the end zone. So Hernandez again under center. This time throws out to the left. It's caught right there, and once again able to elude that first defender. And Jordan Thompson, the receiver, able to pick up some positive yards near looks like a Titan first down. So right where they had initially started the game, they're right back at it.
Well, it's the same play that they used to start the game, too. Just that quick little hit to the outside, one-on-one coverage zone doesn't quite work either, and the passing game continues to work for Tartan here early.
That brings up 1st and 10 now from the 34. 5:28 left in this opening quarter. Raiders lead at 6-0. And now Hernandez is under center. He's got one receiver left, one right. And again, they've pumped to the left. This time they go up and just out of the reach for Thompson. Throwing into what looked to be some pretty good coverage by the Raiders.
Yeah, some very good coverage by the Raiders. The blitz came very quickly, and he was able to get the ball out quick, but again, just overthrew a receiver. Maybe a questionable throw as well with double coverage on that left side.
That brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Titans. Ball on the 34. The running game thus far has been only one run thus far by the Titans. It's been all passing like we touched on in the pregame. Hernandez now, and it's a fumble here picked up by the Raiders, and they'll take it in for the score. And a huge turn of events as Nick Blackford was able to corral it and take it in for the score. Now the Raiders jump out to a 12-0 lead here early in the first quarter.
This is a major mistake for Tartan. Looks like a botched handoff as he was trying to get it up to Kalkworth, and then the Raider lineman does a great job of punching the ball backwards so that way his safety is able to get it into the end zone for a touchdown. Great way to get points on defense there, and great awareness by the defensive line.
Nick Blackford was able to scoop it up and the score, and just like that, Hastings jumps out to a 12-0 lead as we await the kick here from Comer. Unfortunate break for the Titans as things have turned on them just a bit here in the last couple of minutes. Snap, and the kick is up, and this one is good. And so the Hastings Raiders on the road here on the defensive touchdown. The kick is good. They take a 13-0 lead, and we'll be back right after this. Stay with us.
Today, a new creature walks among us, terrorizing innocent citizens. Until this threat can be contained, we must all be on the lookout for the dreaded digital deadwalkers.
Dude!
They're not looking out for you.
Engage!
A public service safety message from the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons, who want to keep everyone well connected with strong, healthy bones.
Well, welcome back here to Tartan Stadium. We're looking at this defensive touchdown here for Hastings. Looked like there was some sort of a fumble on the handoff, and Tartan's able to dig themselves an early hole here as they'll be down 2 scores already.
13-0 to be exact as Comer again sends one deep. This one is a good kick, but returnable here as Thompson takes it from the 1. He cuts it off to the left side now, trying to elude the defender, and a fantastic shoelace tackle there by the Raiders. And it looked like it might have been Umbu that got in on him. We'll take another look at it in a second here, but great shoelace tackle to keep Thompson from breaking a big one there.
Well, we talk about the issues that Tartan have had so far. This field position has not helped them. They'll be starting here now on the 10-yard line. They start on the 16 and the 20. If they want to start getting back into this game, they're going to have to start playing the field position battle a little bit because so far it just hasn't been working for them.
And so the Titans will start from their own 9 with 5:09 left to play. First quarter, they desperately need to put some points on the board to keep this one close. Hernandez now under center, and the Raiders showed blitz. We'll see if it's what the call is. And it looks like encroachment on the Raiders, and so that will help the field position for the Titans.
Well, we talk about if Tartan wants to get back into this game, those little breaks are certainly going to help, and that's a step in the right direction for the Titans.
So that brings up 1st and 5 now. Hernandez under center, 2 receivers, and they keep the ball on the ground, and they hit it right up the gut here. They may have gained a couple of yards on the play, but the Raiders were right there to swallow up any type of real hole there. And again, Owen was the ball carrier for the Titans.
Well, on the same side for Tartan, we talked about in the pregame how if they want to win tonight, they'll have to start running the football. And so far, Hastings has been able to stop the run up the middle, something the Tartan Titans will have to keep working on, or they might have to keep passing.
No gain on the play, so it brings up 2nd and 5. And again, the Hernandez here, one receiver left, one right, man in motion. They keep the ball on the ground, and it's a end around here and able to pick up a couple of yards, but there is a flag on the play. Again, Owen, the ball carrier for the Titans.
Well, Jeb, from that angle, you want to think maybe a holding or a block in the back. We'll wait and see on the call here.
Yeah, so far it looks to be holding on the Titans. So far, a couple of mental breaks more than anything for our Tartan Titans.
Well, let's look and see if we can see what the penalty might have been here. Oh, definitely a hold there. Right on the sideline, number 17, Ben Brunn. Got a definite handful of jersey there, so that's an easy holding call.
So that brings up a 2nd and 3 now, which doesn't sound exactly right.
It looks like the officials are having some sort of a conversation about it. Oh, now they'll move the ball.
Yeah, there we go. Something sounded a little fishy about that. As the officials look to get the spot correct here.
Not quite sure why they made the signal twice, but I guess communication is a good thing, especially in sports.
All right, now they reset here. So as they get set, obviously with the penalty, it sets the Titans back a bit. That brings up 2nd and 10 for the Titans now, deep in their own zone. They need some positive yardage here as Hernandez out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left. And again, we got another flag on the play. And we'll see if the Raiders jumped early or someone jumped early on the line. Looks like the Raiders encroachment again. So some mental mistakes on both sides of the both teams thus far.
We can see that a big man right on the line there. I think that's number 61 for Hastings. That is Jack Toussaint on the encroachment. We talk about in the open how important this game was for both teams, and you almost wonder if the pressure is getting to them thus far.
Hernandez now low snap, able to corral it, and he looks to the left. He throws far side. He's got a guy wide open, and it's caught. Huge play for the Titans. His Ben Braun was there to corral it in, and that'll bring a Titan first down and a big play.
Well, we talk about how Marco Hernandez can keep a game going, and he stays alive in a pocket as it collapsed. A great ball right to Ben Braun as he's able to get down to the 43, and that's where they'll spot the ball. They need these huge plays to stay alive in this game, and so far that's a step in the right direction.
A nice connection there from Hernandez to Braun, and brings up a Titan first down. We'll see what they can do with it as they approach midfield here. And Hernandez out of the shotgun now. 3 receivers right. 3 receivers set as he drops back, throws across the middle, slightly behind the intended receiver, which was Owen. And if Owen could have pulled that one in, he had a lot of real estate ahead of him.
A lot of real estate. He found a nice hole in the zone that Hastings was playing, set up right at the 47, just dropped the ball and missed out on a huge gain potentially for Tartan.
The running game has been a little absent, but so far the passing game's been good. It certainly seems to come down to some mental mistakes on both sides, really.
Well, we knew the passing game was going to be a huge factor. Last week against St. Thomas Academy, Hernandez was 17 of 32 for 216 yards, and so far he's on the dime again tonight.
Hernandez low snap, unable to corral it in. He has to jump on it. And this time is able to. So, again, the Titans with a bit of a tough break as they were moving the chains a bit.
Well, it looks like just a low snap here. Snap the ball right at the feet of Hernandez, and this time Hernandez is able to do the smart thing and just cover up that ball, make sure that Hastings can't recover it.
So that's a bit of a loss there for the Titans. It brings them all the way back to the 28. It'll be 3rd and 24. And, Alex, it seems like every time they get a little momentum and they get the ball moving, it's either a low snap or a botched handoff or a mental mistake. And we'll see if they can clean this up as we near in on the end of the first quarter.
Well, they've had a couple of penalties already on these drives that have just killed them. 2 penalties for 10 yards.
And again, there's a flag on the play as Hernandez throws far side. This one sails out of play. The intended receiver, again, was Jordan Thompson. We'll see what the call is here.
Well, I think with a flag coming that early, it might be some sort of illegal shift, maybe offsides or encroachment, but a ball that was thrown out of bounds.
And it looks like as the officials get together here, Jordan Thompson a little slow moving back towards his sideline. I don't know if he tweaked an ankle or something. I think you're right. It sounds like an illegal shift on the line there. So another tough break. Penalties have killed the Titans here early on, as that'll bring up 4th and 24. They're going to have to punt, and the Raiders are going to have fantastic field position as soon as this kick is sent high into the air.
Well, Jeb, you're absolutely right. Those mental errors have to be corrected for Tartan because they are not quite doing what they need to do tonight. And we see there on that punt as well.
Yeah, not a very good punt there, as that caught the side of the foot there, and only about maybe 25 yards or so, if that. It's like we touched on, the Raiders are going to have fantastic field position now as they get set here. And that one sailed out of bounds. It sounds like it was only about a 5-yard punt. So, again, the mental mistakes have kind of eaten up any momentum that the Titans have had thus far. And nevertheless, I guess you could look at it the other way. It's only a 13-0 lead.
Well, you're absolutely right, but they need to stop the defense here. The defense needs to do what their job is, and so far they can't do it, especially on plays like this.
And another positive gain, and a good one at that, for the Raiders, as once again Embu is the ball carrier. He takes it out to the left side, and a first down for Hastings.
Well, not the first time again that we've seen this play. A nice run right to the outside, and there's just nothing that Tartan has been able to do to stop that run to the outside thus far.
The ball is placed at the 25. It brings up 2nd and 2, so nearly a first down. 2nd and short for the Raiders as Comer now out of the shotgun. Embu to his right, 2 receivers right, 1 left. And the snap. And it's a fake to Embu right up the middle. Colin Comer, and he'll take it down to the 1. A great run there by Comer as, again, the fake to Embu, and he holds it himself. And a first down and goal coming up for the Raiders.
Well, we look at it. He had a lot of holes right up the middle. There's no thing that any offensive lineman likes better than holes up the middle, and he was able to find it. Thankfully, someone for Tartan was able to get down there and stop him, but not again. Not what you want at all.
And you seen late at the end of the play there, Comer had the ball pop out, but it was initially reported right off the bat caused by the ground. So it brings up 1st and goal for the Raiders. Comer out of the shotgun this time. He pitches to Embu, and Embu is in for the score. A Hastings Raider with a 2-yard touchdown for Embu.
Well, we look at the play here again. The pitch has worked extremely well for Hastings thus far. Again, lots of holes right on that defensive line. They find an easy seam for that touchdown.
19-0 here in the first quarter. Hastings leads the Titans. And as we await the extra point here by Comer, it's been all Hastings thus far. And now the snap, the spot, the kick is up, and it is good. And it's a 20-0 lead here with 1:04 left in this first quarter. Hastings all alone thus far. We'll see what the Titans have to offer.
Well, if you like what you've seen here tonight and want to know what sports are coming up, what games we're going to cover, why don't you go on Facebook and Twitter and throw us a like on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. As you can see, both of our handles are TV19 Sports. There's some great social media coverage on there, and we invite you to, if you're interested, to give us a follow and a like.
Absolutely. You can stay tuned at all times. And we'll take another look at the last touchdown there by Embu. Is pretty easy 2-yard score. It's
well, it looked like a great tackle there by number 31 for Tartan. We don't have his name thanks to our rosters that we have, but if that play was a couple yards out, it would have been a great tackle. Right on the line, no gain at all, but just too little too late for Tartan.
Looks like Alexander Ball on the tackle, but like you said, just too far in. It's too many big plays for the Raiders, but we'll see what the Titans can do here. 1:04 left in this opening quarter. They trail 20-0 here as Cummer gets set to kick. And again, Jordan Thompson is back for the Titans to receive.
Well, as Tartan looks to get set on their fourth drive of the night, they need to do something to keep the ball on the field and avoid making those little mistakes which have cost them so much thus far in the game.
Absolutely, like we touched on earlier, they seem to gain some momentum. The passing game has been great. It's a mental error here and a mental error there, and before you know it, a couple of turnovers, and you're down 20-0. Cummer sends another one good deep and into the end zone. It's back for a touchback, and so the Titans will get set from their own 20. We'll see if they can put some positive yardage together and get their first score tonight.
Well, I think if you're Tartan with 1:04 left to go here on the clock, you want to at least get some sort of a point, whether that be on the field goal or some sort of a touchdown, just to give yourself something to feel good about, because you've had three drives now that have gone a combined total of about 60 yards, and it's not enough to keep up with the pace that Hastings has provided thus far.
As the Titans get set, it's 1st and 10 from their 20. And again, they set a couple of receivers out, one left, one right. And Hernandez out of the shotgun. The Raiders show blitz, and again, we've got flags on the play, so we'll see what the call is here in a minute. And another mental mistake by the Titans, as this one is a false start on the Titans. It'll bring them back to the 15, and that'll bring up 1st and 15.
We'll take a look here. It looks like the right guard, Lucas Bergstrom, jumped just a little bit too early. And again, we talked about these mental mistakes are not helping this Tartan Titans team, and it proves itself again there.
Let's see if they can rebound after the mental error, as again, one receiver left and three right. Hernandez out of the shotgun, drops back, and he throws, and it's caught. And again, this is Braun for the Titans, able to pick up a couple of yards as he's met by a gang of Hastings Raiders immediately after the catch.
Well, in that play, he's able to get back that yardage that he lost, and what's worked so far for Tartan has been those quick hit little passes. They found holes in this Hastings zone, and you just wish that they would be able to exploit one deep, and so far it hasn't quite worked.
That brings up 2nd and 10 as the clock continues to run here in the last seconds here of the first quarter. We'll see if they're able to get a play off as they break the huddle. And again, they've got three receivers set, one left, two right. An empty backfield this time is in motion, and they keep it on the ground, and it's an end around and a good one at that. Some good positive yardage and close to a first down, if not. And that was Vang, the ball carrier, and Vang showed some good speed there. Some good pop for the Tartan Titan offense.
Well, he had some great speed as he was faking the movement across the field, and it wasn't just able to cover the lateral movement. They broke contain very easily of the Hastings defense, and that might be another step in the right direction as they're going to get a first down here on the other side of the second quarter.
And so that'll do it for our first quarter. Mental mistakes have plagued the Titans. We'll see if they can rebound as we get set for our second quarter coming up next.
You're going to need me. You're going to need us. All of us. You're going to need our help with your water, your air, your food. You're going to need our determination, our compassion. You're going to need the next generation of leaders to face the challenges the future will bring. And we promise we'll be there when you need us.
And welcome back as we get set to start our second quarter here at Tartan High School. The Titans trail 20-0 here after the first quarter of play.
Well, Jeb, the big thing for the Tartan Titans is that the penalties have killed them thus far. 3 penalties for 25 yards. They've also had some trouble holding on to the ball, fumbling it twice, and giving it away for a fumble return touchdown once.
And to start here, the ball is placed on the 30. It's 1st and 10. And Vang again in motion. Hernandez takes the snap. Pressure coming. He's able to elude for a minute. And then the Raiders are able to pick up their 2nd sack tonight, and it's a big one, a huge loss for the Titans.
Well, after that nice first down play on the other side of the second quarter, it's another sack, and 85 comes off the edge again. That's Josh Meiser, his 2nd sack of the night. Nobody seems to be able to pick him up as he's got some great sacks and some great skill on the line.
That brings up a huge loss. It brings up 2nd and 21 now. The ball's placed on the 19 for the Titans as again they're going to have to claw out of a huge hole that they've kind of put themselves in after some positive yardage. We'll see if they can do it. Hernandez out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 left. And they step back, ready to air it out. They do again over the middle and just out of the reach of Damian Gorgon as he was the intended receiver.
Well, he had a couple of guys open over the middle. Gorgon was one of them, but he also had somebody else open deep as well. As you can see, it lands right at the feet of Vang there. Got to be a little more sure with those passes over the middle, especially because you don't want an interception the other way if you miss just a little bit too much.
Especially when they're this close. Already the Raiders are looking at good field position if they can force another punt, as it's 3rd and 21 from the 19th. The Titans break the huddle. You got to think pass here is a lot of yardage to pick up. Again, Hernandez this time under center. 1 receiver right, 1 receiver far left. He's looking to the left side, and they end up setting up what was supposed to be a screen. And it's flagged down. It looked to be an incomplete pass, and that's the call on the play. Tough break there as Gorgon unable to pull that one in, and that'll bring up 4th down, and the Titans are forced to punt again.
Well, I'm surprised how many steps quarterback Marco Hernandez is taking back to try and set up some sort of a pass. The main running back, Kingston Miles, is out tonight, and I think that his presence is dearly missed because he's been able, if he were in, he would have been able to keep the defense for Hastings honest, and thus far, they know that the pass is coming, and they've defended it well.
That they have as the Titans go to punt. It's sent up. This one a little better than the last. Fair catch is called right at the 47. And so pretty good field position again for the Hastings Raiders as they come to take the field. Weiss was able to make the fair catch call for Hastings.
Well, Jeb, this is the 2nd drive now where Hastings has had their starting field position on the other side of the field. It's not good, and it's not working thus far for Tartan. They're really missing that run game, and the defense hasn't been able to come up to snuff just yet.
We'll see if they're able to here as we're early on into the 2nd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 48, for Hastings, as now Comer is out of the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers right, 1 left. And they again keep it on the ground, and it's a pitch off to the left side. This time the ball carrier is Clay Harris. He's able to pick up about 3 yards on the play.
Well, we look at Harris and that play that has worked so well with the normal running back, and he's able to get a nice little gain there. The ball comes out late, but of course he's down by then. They seem to keep working to the outside because there's some size disadvantages out on those edges.
2-yard gain on the play for Harris. It brings up 2nd and 8 now from the 46. And Comer again out of the shotgun. 1 receiver right, 2 receivers left, and Harris is the tailback. And they throw left right away, and it's nearly intercepted just off of the hands of Conway for the Titans.
Well, Conray's playing some great coverage here. He's able to read that route, get in front of the ball. If only he would have just held onto that ball just a little longer, pulled it closer to him to secure it, maybe we'd be going the other way.
Tough break for the Titans. And nevertheless, it's a good defensive stand, but you touched on it. That could have certainly been a pick 6 and changed the landscape of this game.
Well, we have a huge 3rd down coming up here, and if Tartan's able to get off the field, maybe it's a step in the right direction for them.
Comer again out of the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 right. They try to draw the Titans off side. Cummer keeps it himself on the ground, and some failed tackling will give the Hastings Raiders a first down. And again, the missed tackles have plagued the Titans thus far, and we see it show its ugly face again.
Well, a great blitz call here by Tartan, and they looked like they had Cummer back in the backfield, but they just can't wrap him up and they can't stop him, and they're able to keep the ball moving here. 1 for 2 on third down thus far. As we'll take a look at it again, we see a missed tackle there, and then some more come, and just not quite good enough.
Eventually, Elijah Ford was able to pull Cummer down, but after he had already gained the first down, it's 1st and 10 from the 32. And Cummer again out of the shotgun, the same set. This time they keep it on the ground, right up the middle, and the Titans are there to meet him immediately. And a good tackle that time as they held Harris to maybe a yard, possibly no gain on the play.
Well, a good choice to go up the middle again after that huge gain on third down, and this time the Tartan defense is able to there. They get 4 or 5 Titans around him, and they're able to stop any sort of a gain there.
Well, we've seen a lot of work here from Harris thus far, as Embu was the early ball carrier and gained quite a bit of yards on just a minimal amount of carries. We'll see if we see any more Embu as the night plays on. And now out of the shotgun, it's on the ground again, this time off the left tackle for Harris. The Titans are able to gobble him up there and hold him to no gain. So a good defensive stand for the Titans.
Well, where Embu has speed off the middle, I think Harris has some great vision, but that time there was just nowhere to go. The defense was able to swarm him right away, and there wasn't a whole heck of a lot that he could do. As it looks like we have number 30, Cody LaFleur, limping off the field. We'll see if that's any sort of an injury that has an impact on this game.
That brings up 3rd and 10 now for the Raiders from the 32. And again, Cummer out of the shotgun. And the Titans show blitz. Cummer throws right side, and it's bobbled just a bit by Jake Brake there. Is again, good defense by the Titans in coverage.
Well, again, some great coverage there, and an ill-advised pass from Cummer, as we'll take a look at it here. It looked like the defender, number 24 was able to get in there. That's Samuel Conway, who had the route read, and he was almost a short drive of going the other way.
That's twice now for Conway, as on the other side he was able to break up the play. So good coverage by Conway here on this latest drive for the Raiders. It brings up 4th and 10, and they're going to go for it with the field position they're at. I don't blame them. We'll see if the Titans can answer the bell as Cummer out of the shotgun, steps back, throws left side, and it's right through the hands, unfortunately for them, of Jake Brown. And that'll bring over the turnover on downs, and I think that's what the Titans needed.
Yeah, that's a huge, huge turn of possession here for Tartan, as he had a man open, but again, just right through the hands, maybe closed the hands a little too quickly, and all of a sudden Tartan has a ball with some great starting field position.
Yeah, I think Jake Brown would have picked up the first there, but tried to make a move before he had the ball. So nevertheless, it's a turnover on downs. The Titans take over from their own 32. 1st and 10 with 8:02 left to play here in the opening half. The Raiders lead it 20-0 thus far. We'll see if the Titans can put some offense together. Now Hernandez under center. They keep the ball on the ground with Vang right up the gut, and a good run by Vang as he's able to pick up about 5 yards. A nice start for the Titan offense.
Yeah, great start here on first down. Vang able to find a nice seam on the left side. Looks like he was going to push through a little bit further, but then Hastings just closed up that gap. Wasn't a whole lot of running for him to do after that.
It's a 5-yard gain for Vang. It brings up 2nd and 5 now from the 37. And we got 2 receivers right, 1 left, and the I formation in the backfield. Hernandez under center. And they keep it on the ground again with Vang. He's able to elude the first defender and up nearly to a first down. It's going to be close, maybe short about a yard, but some nice running by Vang here thus far.
Well, again, if it worked so far, keep trying it. Great run here by Vang. Again, right at that left side of the line, and then the gap just closed on him, but otherwise he would have been able to get a nice gain there and keep the ball moving.
Maybe a tough break for Vang as still 2 yards to go. It brings up 3rd and short on the 40 here. As Hernandez under center. He's got one receiver right, one left. This time they keep it on the ground with a big man. And this time it's a Tartan Titan first down. The ball carrier that time was that of Alexander Ball, and a nice run there by Ball.
Well, Alexander Ball worked on the fake 4th down punt earlier, and he had some great vision here. Here he's just able to outsize everybody and runs right up the middle, and everybody's thinking pass, 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 and he just runs right up the middle for a great gain.
1st and 10 now from the 48 for the Titans as they're looking for their first score, see if they can claw into this Hastings Raiders lead as they trail 20 at the moment. It's a pitch to Vang. Left side, Vang with some running room, and he takes it out across the 50, down at the 45. Another nice run there by Vang, and that's exactly what the Titans needed.
Well, we talk about the importance of the outside rush as Vang able to get out, finds a hole, and then gets well across midfield, and looks like that running game is continuing to work here for Tartan, just like we talked about in the open.
Quite the size gap between Alexander Ball and William Vang.
Well, I think it's a compliment back. You have one guy who's small, has great speed, and then the other guy who's big and can outmuscle you as you're running up the line.
As Ball is in motion, they pitch to Vang right side this time, running behind Ball. Again, able to pick up some positive yards. He takes it up near the 40, and I believe that's another Tartan Titan first down.
Well, again, we talk about the outside, and they're going to give it to Vang again on a pitch. 85. Josh Meiser looks like he wants to do something, but that gain right to the 41, and this is the best drive that Tartan has had thus far.
5:30 left to play here now in the opening half. Tartan is moving the chains, and knock on wood that we don't get a mental breakdown here. That's what's plagued them thus far, but we'll see if they can capitalize on it here. They got 2 receivers right, 1 left. Ball and Vang in the backfield, an I formation. It's a fake to Vang. They look left side. Hernandez deep, looking. Good coverage on the play. Unable to come down with it was Jordan Thompson. A nice looking play there, but just good coverage on the Raiders' part.
Yeah, some great coverage on the part of the Raiders. Jordan Thompson, he's got 6'1", 175 on the defense. Nice little fake there to Vang, and it looks like there was some open coverage, one-on-one down the far side, and just a little bit over that outstretched arm.
Yeah, tough break there, but good-looking play. Thompson may have jumped a hair early, it looked like on that replay, but we'll see what the Titans come back with here as we've got 2nd and 10 now from the 41. And it's a handoff to Ball off the left side, and Ball again with some positive yards up near the 35. I think they'll mark him short at about the 34, and it's going to be 3rd and long as we've got an injured player down.
Well, we'll take a look at the run up the middle. Again, we talk about the size of Ball, and he just keeps the legs moving, gets down to the 46 as it looks like we have a injured Titan, and the trainers will come out to take a look at him here.
I can't see exactly if that, I wonder if that's Ball. Maybe got the wind knocked out of him there as a few guys landed on him.
Well, as you can see there's one of our wonderful camera operators here tonight. If you're interested in camera operating or any sort of other technical equipment that might have to do with the wonderful joy of sports photography, there's another one there. He's got a great smile on. There's a wave. If you're interested, call Arlen Becker at 651-747-3821 or email Arlen at onlocationtv.org.
Always looking for great volunteers, and it's a lot of fun, you know. You get to be a part of the whole production. You get to see the inside, the outside, some great football or hockey or basketball or whatever sport we're covering.
Well, as they say, Jeb, who has more fun than us, right?
Exactly. Maybe even come on up, throw the headset on, and call a game with one of us. Hey, there we are. I don't know where we're waving to, but now we're back at it here. So everyone's healthy and good to go. Again, 3rd and 10, so see if the Titans can capitalize here as they've moved the chains. Hernandez again, fake to Vang. He looks left side. Thompson catches it. It's a first down. He's able to elude a receiver. Down to the 10, the 5, and pushed out near the 5-yard line. A great job, second effort there by Thompson after the initial catch, and that's another Tartan Titan first down.
Oh, I agree with you, Jeb. The fake to Vang fooled most of the Hastings defense. A nice catch there by Jordan Thompson on the near side, and then he's just evading the tackles and able to keep going just a little short of that touchdown.
Nice job there. It'll bring up first and goal for the Titans. We'll see if they can find a way into the end zone, get some points on the board, and go into this second half with a little bit of momentum.
Well, some points here, either a field goal or a touchdown would go a long way, but I'm sure they're definitely looking for a touchdown.
Hernandez hands off to Vang, and Vang has taken it down to about the 1. A nice run inside there by Vang, and just tackled shy of the touchdown. That'll bring up second and goal for the Titans.
Well, we talk about how that run up the middle is going to be a huge key as this game continues, and the gap closes again very quickly, but Vang has great speed, and as such, he's able to get down to the 1-yard line.
3:41 left to play here as it brings up second and goal. Hernandez under center, Ball and Vang in the backfield. And this time they go to Ball inside hard, and Ball, looks like they've got him stopped short. A tough break there as Ball, the big man. You don't see him stopped for no gain too often.
Well, Jeb, from our position, it looked like he'd gotten in, maybe broken the plane there, but tough to tell for sure. I'm sure the officials down on the field have the best view, but looks like they'll spot it at just a couple of inches away from that goal line.
Titans need an answer here as it brings up third and goal. Just under 3 minutes left to play in this half. If they can find a way to get into the end zone, that would be huge for just the confidence in general. Hernandez under center. He's got a receiver left, one right. Vang in the backfield. And Hernandez, it'll keep it himself, and it's a touchdown. Marco Hernandez for the Titans. 20-6 now. Hastings leads it.
Well, we talk about senior night, and as he likes to call himself, Marco Football kept the ball up the middle. We'll take a look here. Just a direct quarterback snap. Easily breaks that plane, and finally Tartan is on the scoreboard.
And they all had a crack at it, first with Vang, then with Ball, and then eventually Marco Football punches it in for the 6. And now back to kick is Tristan Weaver for the Titans, and the kick is up. And it is good, and we've got ourselves a 20-7 ball game. 2:43 left to play here, opening half. We'll be back right after this.
My name is Carly. I'm 15 years old, and I am a heart recipient. I got my first heart transplant when I was 1.5 years old. I got my second heart when I was 13. When I get my driver's license, of course I'm going to say yes to be an organ donor. I've been saved twice, so who says I can't save somebody else?
This gift of life was made possible by an organ donor. Imagine what you could make possible. Sign up as an organ, eye, and tissue donor. Go to organdonor.gov.
And welcome back. An impressive drive by the Titans after that turnover, Alex.
Well, definitely the best drive that Tartan has had all night. 11 plays, 69 yards, 9:02 off the clock here. It's the kind of thing that Tartan wants to see, but as the clock continues to wind down, they're going to have to make those drives a little bit quicker if they want to get back into this game.
And 20-7 now, 2:43 left in the half. What's really impressive is they had been moving the ball by throwing it, and then all of a sudden they go to the ground game, and you know, other than a couple of nice yardage pickups by throwing the ball, a lot of it was done on the ground that time.
Well, yeah, we knew that coming in that finding somebody to run the football would be the best way for Tartan to have a chance in this football game, and even though Kingston Miles is out, they've had those opportunities. Whether it's been Vang or Ball, they've been able to run the ball.
And Weaver's kick is fielded at the 10 by the Raiders. And a hole and a nice return there as the Hastings Raiders will have pretty good field position. Nathaniel Weiss is able to find his way up and taken down around the 35. About a 25-yard gain on the return.
Well, let's take a look at it here. A nice field there, and he just gets speed up the middle. He's able to find a nice seam, too, though, as Tartan had some great blocks by the Hastings defense, and it should set up a nice field position here for Hastings. They've started well on the other side of the 30-yard line each time they've had the ball tonight.
Blake Conroy able to make the tackle for the Titans. And now Comer out of the shotgun. They keep it on the ground up the middle. Maybe a couple of yards is now back the ball carrier, Ovi Embu, back in the game for the Raiders.
Well, looks like he got across the 35-yard line here. A nice little cut there to get back to the outside, but the Tartan defense has started to figure out Embu's game.
So that'll bring up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Raiders as Comer again out of the shotgun, and one receiver right, 2 left this time. And a false start, I believe, on the play as flags are thrown. Encroachment is called on the Titans, so a mental breakdown that they don't need after an impressive drive and cut the lead to 13.
One of several for Tartan here. They're now at 4 penalties for that 25 yards, and it seems to be an encroachment or a holding or one of those mental errors that when you've been playing football the whole season, it's the kind of thing that you want to have eliminated by now, but just quite hasn't been that way.
And certainly something that head coach Aaron Mullen doesn't want to see, and we'll have a stern talk about after. And now it's a pitch this time to Embu, left side. He tries to gain the edge, and a nice gang tackling there by the Titans as they were able to hold Embu to possibly a no gain or even a loss on the play.
Well, we knew that coming in, Embu was going to have great speed and the opportunity to get a huge gain there as he cuts out to the left side. And then finally, the Tartan defense just is able to get in there as Ball gets in there. Looks like a number of other Titans, too, including Shaquille Young, the sophomore, who gets in there. And definitely like what you see out of Tartan so far.
That brings up 3rd and 4 for the Raiders as timeout is called, I believe, by the Titans here. And
well, if you're curious about where you can see all the highlights from this game and other games that we cover here on TV 19, tune into Sports Path every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. on Channel 19. We got highlights, we got interviews, we got trivia questions, all the things you could want and more. That's hosted every other Wednesday by Sam Erickson and John Miller here on TV 19. And I tell you, Jeff, it's almost guaranteed to be a good time.
Oh, absolutely. Those guys do a fantastic job. And like you said, the interviews, the highlights, all the action is on Sports Path. Great production there, and a couple of great guys that do the commentating for it. Now we're back at it here now. 3rd and 7, ball on the 38 for the Raiders. Comer out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They keep it on the ground again. The big hole is found by Embu, and he takes it up down around the 49, and that is a first down for the Raiders. And a nice run by Ovi Embu.
Well, after so many plays where Tartan was able to close up the gaps, this time a huge hole on the right side as Hadeen and Mix aren't able to quite get in there and make some sort of a stop. And a first down, and the Raiders look like the offense that we've seen so far.
1st and 10 now from the 49. Comer out of the shotgun again, and this time he fakes the run. It's thrown left side, and yet again, coverage was good by Samuel Conway, but once again, Conway unable to bring that one in for the interception, but nevertheless a good defensive play.
Well, both sides have had the opportunities here where they've had interceptions right at their hands, but they've just dropped them. We looked the play just a little misread, underthrown as well, and that's a huge opportunity that Tartan would have missed had Conway been able to hold on to that one.
That's the 3rd ball now that has hit the hands of Conway on the defensive side of the ball, and just unable to pull one in, which could be such a game changer for the Titans. 2nd and 10 now is Comer out of the shotgun. And again, they keep it on the ground. Big hole up the middle, and Embu takes it down across the 20. A huge gain for Embu. And that'll bring up another first down for the Raiders as they'll spot it right around the 19.
Well, Embu has been the rush horse, 8 carries for 85 yards and a touchdown thus far. Again, those holes on the right side have been big, and when they're there, Embu's able to take care of them and get huge gains.
Another timeout called on the play. Looks like the Titans called the timeout as head coach Aaron Mullen wants to talk to the squad. Folks, we want to remind you check out some of our other TV19 shows, including Your Business Matters. It's every month. Tom Snell in the White Bear Lake Chamber of Commerce bringing a guest who is either a business owner in White Bear Lake or who has some connection to White Bear. It's a 20-minute show that provides good insight into what issues are affecting many local business owners. Your Business Matters airs every Tuesday at 6 and Friday at 9:30. That's Your Business Matters, only on Channel 19.
Jeb, coming out of the timeout here, I looked at some of the stats that have happened here, and the quarterback for Hastings, Colin Cummer, is 1 for 6 for 20 yards this far. It's been an extremely rushing-based offense, and it's been working so far for the Raiders.
And Cummer looks to pass this time, and he's got a receiver right down and around the 1, and able to come up with it was Weiss. And as you touched on, Cummer and Weiss had scored earlier in the game, but it's been about the only passing yards thus far.
Well, a ball that was intentionally underthrown, as you could see that Weiss had coverage well ahead of him, so underthrowing the ball was a smart decision there, and that's a good pass, and the Raiders are once again on the doorstep.
And nearing in here on the end of the first half, 38 seconds left to play. It'll be 1st and goal for the Raiders as another timeout called by the Titans, trying to figure out a way to keep Hastings out of the end zone as Tartan had the momentum after the nearly last drive. And folks, we want to remind you to check out another TV19 show that's Inside Healthcare. Jody Ritaka brings you this monthly show providing tips and up-to-date info on healthcare issues that often relate to women's health. The show airs every Wednesday and Thursday at 6:30. That's Inside Healthcare, only on Channel 19.
You know, Jeb, I was watching that Inside Healthcare the other night, and there were some wonderful healthy cooking tips on there. So definitely as somebody who enjoys to eat, it's a great show, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, not only women's tips for health, but how to eat healthy, huh? Embu is stopped short of the touchdown there, and a nice defensive stand by the Titans as they're able to hold Embu to no gain.
Well, they like running at that right side, but it looks like somebody's able to get back there. Ball has been, safe to say, all over the ball tonight, and he gets in the backfield, and great play.
That'll bring up 2nd and goal for the Raiders. And now the timeout called by the Hastings Raiders. So both teams trying to play a little bit of a chess match. And you know, when you're this close in the conference play and both playing with a lot of pride and trying to finish out 500, I can see where every play, every second matters.
Well, we talked about the offense for Hastings has been better in the opening half. They've averaged about 100 points over the season combined in the first half. So they've been very good in this opening half. We'll see if they're able to add to that total tonight.
That brings up 2nd and goal as they get set here. Cummer under center. And they got just one receiver wide. That's Weiss out to the right. And this time Cummer keeps it himself. The quarterback sneak. And no call yet on the play. And it looks like they may keep him shy of the touchdown. It looks like he's short. Another huge defensive stand for the Titans.
Well, you talked about it there, Jeb. A great defensive stop there right up the middle, and it looked like Cummer from this angle had it, but just maybe a little short.
Clock's running. They got to have a quick set here again. Cummer tries to go in, and the Titans may have been another huge stop, and I think the Titans have held them. That'll end the first half, and a huge defensive stand by the Tartan Titans as 1st and goal from the 2, and they're unable to punch it in on 3 straight runs.
Well, the Tartan defense certainly woke up here. It looked like as though Tartan came away with the football, maybe a fumble there right on the goal line. That's the kind of way you want to end the half.
absolutely phenomenal defensive stand here late in the first half. The Titans are able to keep the Raiders out of the end zone from their own 2. We're going to go to half. The Raiders lead it 20-7. We'll be back with our second half kickoff after this.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
We've all seen stories of conflict that ended with peace. We've seen stories of hunger and in abundance. We've seen stories of sickness and in healing. We see stories of fear, despair, and poverty, but they can end with courage, hope, and love. With you. Together, with God's love, we are greater than hardship in the world. When we're united, we can overcome adversity and make a lasting difference for those who need it most. Be a part of writing a story that's greater than poverty and help communities give children hope for a brighter future. Learn how at worldvision.org.
Welcome back to Tartan High School as we get set to kick off the second half. The Titans trail 20-7 after the Raiders jumped out to an early start, but Tartan with an impressive momentum gain late in that first half.
Well, Jeb, at the end of the second half there, in case you're joining us late, there was a great fumble recovery as Hastings was driving right onto the goal line. Somebody from Tartan was able to force a fumble, and they got out of that second quarter unscathed and hopefully get that momentum going again here in the second half.
And we're underway as Weaver kicks one deep, and it's fielded there and taken out across the 30th. And it looks like a late hit will be called here on the Titans as Weiss was the returner for the Raiders. The late hit looked to come in, and that'll give them a little bit better field position after a 19-yard return.
Well, that's exactly what the call is, and one of the stories of the first half for Tartan was those stupid penalties, those unforced errors that have given Hastings huge opportunities. We'll take a look. There's not the late, oh, there's the late hit right there. The runner was clearly down as Weiss had nowhere to go, and now all of a sudden you're on the 49-yard line, and the field's been cut in half.
Philip Asiago is called on the late hit for the Titans, so it'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 49. Good field position for the Raiders as they've seen much of that for most of that first half. We'll see if the Titans, after an impressive defensive stand there late in the first half, can build off there. First one's kept on the ground. And again, Embu with a huge hole up the middle is able to pick up positive yardage near a first down. And gained about 8 yards on the play. Took it up to about, it looks like, the 39, and it will be Hastings Raiders first down on this opening drive.
Well, we look at what Hastings has done thus far, and for Ovi Embu, he's got 96 rushing yards and a touchdown already tonight. The running game has worked for Hastings, and they'll keep going to it as they look to add to their lead here on this first drive.
1st and 10 now from the 40 is Comer back out of the shotgun, and again, he hands off to Embu. He takes it off the right side, and he's met there immediately. A nice job by the Titans. That was number 16, Andrew Johnson, in on the tackle.
Well, Johnson has a great break through that offensive line, and he's right there on Ovi Embu. Not a whole lot of room to run, and Johnson made sure to finish his tackle.
Johnson picks up a free piggyback ride as he took Embu down to the ground. No gain on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Raiders as they lead it here 20-7 over the Titans here early on this second half. Comer now out of the shotgun. Embu lines out for a screen pass, but again, the Raiders are there to meet him and able to take him down for a loss, and a nice job by the Titans to cause the tackle for loss there. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for Hastings.
Well, we'll take a look at it here. That little screen out to the left side has worked extremely well for both teams, but this time it just gets blown up as number 24 is able to get back in there. That's Sam Conway. Had a couple of great plays in the first half as well, and the defense has come to play.
3rd and long for the Raiders here. 10:15 left to play in the third quarter. As Comer out of the shotgun, 2 receivers right, 1 left. He steps back, 3-step drop, throw left side, and it's just out of the reach of Jake Brown, his tight end, and that should bring on the punt team for the Raiders. And right where the Titans had left off at the end of the first half is a great start to the start of this third quarter.
Well, plenty of time to throw that ball. He threw it to an open man, but again, just a couple of feet too high. That sets Hastings now at 2 for 7 on 3rd down here tonight. And you just have to wonder at one point, is something going to give here?
We'll see if the Titans can build on a good defensive stand here. Fresh out of the start of the second half is back to kick for the Raiders. Again is Comer as he receives the snap. And a kick, and it is a good one. Deep, booming kick. This one's going to sail out of play, and so he'll lose some yardage on that. But impressive athlete, this Colin Comer. He's the kicker, the quarterback, a hybrid running back. The kid seems to do it all.
Well, we've seen him do a lot of things tonight. He's had great vision as a running back. He's been able to make some nice passes down the field as well, and even that punt there, a great directional kick, trying to aim it inside the 20. Just missed it a little bit, but a really good punt.
And so the Titans will start out here. They've got it marked now at the 22. It's 1st and 10 for the Titans. Hernandez under center. He's got a receiver left and 1 out right, and 2 running backs in the backfield. As he takes the snap, he looks left, and immediately low throw just out of the reach of his intended receiver. Again, that was Jordan Thompson, kind of his go-to guy in the first half. This one, the throw is a bit low.
Well, that pass, like you said, Jeb, just a little bit low, rather. If he would have just come to the ball, he maybe would have been able to catch it and turn up the field for a nice little gain. But, again, he stopped right in his tracks, waiting for the ball to come at him. You always want to be able to go to the ball, not just to avoid interceptions or anything, but also just to turn the ball up the field.
That brings up 2nd and 10 now for the Titans. As Hernandez again under center. He's in the I formation. And this time they keep it on the ground at a huge hole, and it's hit well. And a good run there as forward progress should come into play. But a nice run there by Kalkworth. First time we've seen Kalkworth grab the ball, and an explosive right when he hit the hole. A nice run there by Kalkworth.
Well, you said it, Jeb. Explosive right up the hole. Some great offensive line blocking, and somebody for Hastings, number 1 there, was able to meet him right away. Colin C. just stopped him right in his tracks.
And so he picks up 9 on the play as they mark him down with the forward progress. It brings up 3rd and 1 now from the 31 for the Titans to see if they can move the chains and continue to keep this drive alive as Hernandez loses the snap. It looks like a fumble on the play. And again, missed opportunities by the Titans have plagued them as the Raiders are able to jump on this one. And the turnover by the Titans.
I think that we had a little bit of a jump based on the Hastings sideline, and that little bit of a jump was able to fake out Marco Hernandez just slightly, where the timing between the center and the quarterback was off. As a result, the hands weren't in position to get that ball. He drops it, and that's another turnover for Tartan.
Great field position has been the story of the game for the Raiders, as again, they have got phenomenal field position here early in this third quarter. It's 1st and 10 from the Titans 30. Comer out of the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right. And they hand it off this time. Comer keeps it up the middle. He's able to pick up a couple of yards, and it looks like the ball may have came loose, but no call on from the officials. So a couple of yards from Comer on that one.
Well, a nice little run there on 1st down. Coomer right up the middle. Again, they've been attacking that right side most of the night. But you said it earlier, Jeb. They've had great field position all night. This is the 3rd drive now where Hastings has been able to start on the Tartan side of the field.
It's tough to win ball games, not only when you're mental errors and turnovers, but especially when the opposing team has got such great field position. As now Comer out of the shotgun. This time it's a pitch to Embu. And again, with speed off that left side, Embu's able to pick up positive yardage. It looks like another Hastings Raiders first down. And that will bring up 1st and 10 from, it looks like, the 19.
Well, we've seen it a number of times tonight, that shovel pitch out to the left side. They just hit that hole, get some great speed going up. Not a whole lot of answers from that on the Tartan side. If they want to be able to keep this game where it is, they're going to need to make stops on those pitches and those runs to the outside.
Embu takes it down to the 17, so that's where the Raiders will take it from. As 1st and 10, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Embu in the backfield. Again, it's Embu right up the middle, the 5, down to about the 2-yard line. And a nice run by Embu, and that'll set up 1st and goal for the Raiders.
Well, not just 1st and goal, Jeb, but a great touchdown-saving tackle here. Oh, that would have saved a great thing. Blake Conroy comes in, stops him just short, somehow saves a touchdown, but we'll need a huge defensive stand here if you're Tartan to keep this one where it is.
After keeping the Raiders from getting in late in the second quarter there at the end of the first half, the Raiders are right where they were, just on the opposite end of the field, as Comer rolls out to the right, wide open, but overthrew both intended receivers. Tough break there, as you don't see Comer miss his intended receiver by much too often.
Well, not just one, but 2. He had 2 receivers wide open, and you can see the frustration there on the hands of Weiss, where he had 2 men open, but just putting that ball down a little bit lower, throwing it a little stronger, that's an easy touchdown for most quarterbacks.
That brings up 2nd and goal, 7:49 left to play here in the third quarter. Hastings is on the doorstep as they got a 13-point lead at 20-7 at the moment. Comer grabs the signal from the sidelines. Now Comer under center. And 2 running backs. They give it to Embu inside. He takes it down. No call yet from the officials. It looks like he stopped short of the goal line again. Nice defensive stand by the Titans.
So we look at it right up the middle again. They're going to try up that middle like they did on their drive 10 the second quarter, and so far it hasn't worked. Maybe consider throwing the ball here and see what happens.
That brings up 3rd and goal for the Raiders. It almost looks like a replay of the end of the first half here, as the Titans' defense right on the goal line has been strong thus far. We'll see if they can come up with a big stop here. Handoff left side. This time they stride it out. And again, they're stopped just short of the goal line. An impressive tackle there as they went a little bit different direction there. They spread Embu out a bit.
Well, Jeb, where you want your defense to be the best, you want them to be on the best inside the 20 in that red zone. And so far, this Tartan defense has been very strong. A number of runs here right up the middle, out to the left side, and Tartan has had an answer for it pretty much every time.
Shaquille Young in on to help with the stop there for the Titans. So tough test here as it brings up 4th and goal. And again, they keep it on the ground. Embu again, and this time is able to break the plane. It's a touchdown for the Hastings Raiders on their last attempt.
Well, that reach from Embu certainly allowed them to reach into the end zone. It looked like once again Tartan had them stopped right at the goal line. As we'll take a look at it here. Again, the handoff to Embu on the left side, and it looks like they have him stopped, but that little reach, the ball comes out late, but I think by that point he had crossed the plane, and Hastings is able to extend their lead.
Nice job by Ovi Embu to extend the ball there, as he was certainly short of the plane, but the extension of his arms was enough to get the touchdown for the Raiders. The extra point by Comer is good, and the Raiders now add to their lead. They lead it now 27-7 here as their opening drive for Hastings Raiders ends in a short yardage touchdown by Ovi Embu. We'll be back after this, and Tartan will receive the ball.
Drownings are a leading cause of death for young children. Simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives. To learn some new ones, visit poolsafely.gov.
Welcome back here to Tartan Stadium as we look on the 4th and 1 play that allowed Hastings to extend their lead here to 27-7. A nice little rush to the outside, and I'm pretty sure Tartan knew that was coming. So far for Hastings, 176 yards on the ground, 32 through the air. They know what's coming, but they just haven't been able to stop it consistently throughout the game.
And we'll see if the offense can answer back here, as they had the momentum going their way, but again, it was what plagued them all day, mental errors and turnovers, and that's why they trail right now 27-7 here halfway through the third quarter. Another touchback by Kummer sent into the end zone, so the Titans will start from their own 20, and we'll see if they can answer the call, as they've been able to impressively run the ball here. Early on in the game, they're showing some passing yardage and some quick hits, and then kind of change the game plan a bit as they move through that first quarter.
Well, I think the concern for Tartan is right now you have 3 fumbles and you've lost 2 of them, both of which has ended up resulting in Hastings points. Tartan is still in this game with the time that's left, but they need to start keeping a hold on the ball and reducing the mental mistakes.
And now Hernandez under center. It's an I formation, and they keep it on the ground. And they run off the left tackle there for maybe a yard, maybe a yard or two. We'll see. They were immediately met at the line by the Raiders defense.
Looks like Ball got the carry on that one again, just right up the middle. Again, we talked about the combination of Ball and Vang, where Ball has the physicality and Vang has the speed, and that's certainly something that Tartan wants to establish now, that physicality to push the ball and assert their will up the middle.
And so Alexander Ball able to pick up a yard on the play. It brings up 2nd and 9 from the 21. And Hernandez again, this time out of the shotgun. He's got 3 receivers right, 1 out to the left, and 1 running back inside. He steps out off to the right side and out of the reach. Just a poor throw there that time by Hernandez, as he was looking for the tailback Owen.
Well, Hernandez, as it stands right now, he's been 8 for 18 this game. We look at this pass here. A good snap, plenty of time to throw the ball, and then just let go maybe a little bit too early as he was looking for the outstretched arms of the receiver.
And so that'll bring up 3rd and 9 from the 21. We'll see if the Titans can find the play in their elusive playbook to move the chains and keep this drive alive. This time they've got 2 receivers left, and 2 running backs in the backfield. They're looking on that left side. Hernandez now, pressure coming, throws to his left on the run, and it looks to be a good catch there. And that time was Benjamin Braun on the catch, and that's good for a Titan first down.
So we'll take a look at it here. A very nice pass on the left side. Hernandez was able to stay in the pocket as long as he could before throwing it away. And there's Benjamin Broom with a great catch on the sideline. Great awareness to stay with that 1 foot in bounds. And Tartan looks like they're moving the ball.
Yeah, it looked like as Hernandez was getting flushed out, I thought he was just throwing the ball away, and all of a sudden Braun out of nowhere picks up the first down. So 1st and 10 for the Titans. This time it's kept on the ground. It's a pitch to Vang. Vang takes a big hit, but it's up across the 35. Again, positive yardage, as every time Vang has had the ball in the backfield, he's gained positive yardage for the Titans.
Well, again, we talk about speed and physicality, and Vang has the speed, makes a couple of men miss, and then just a great tackle there by the Hastings defender. That is number 37, Noah Bzaski, the junior defensive back, and a great play to get in there and break up what could have been a much bigger gain.
Vang picked up 4 on the play. It's 2nd and 6 from the 35. They keep it on the ground as he twinkle toes through the middle. He's held up there. May have gained a yard or 2 on the play. Looks like they're going to spot him down at about the 38.
Well, again, we talked about the importance of the run game, and they keep running the ball up the middle, but this time, instead of letting Vang assert his will on the defense, they were able to stop him for a short gain.
That brings up 3rd and 4 now from the 37. Again, the Titans need a 3rd down conversion, keep this drive alive, and see if they can claw into that Hastings Raiders lead. Just over 4 minutes left to play, 3rd quarter. Vang in motion, and they give it to Vang on an end around to the left side. He's unable to get the corner, and it looks like he is going to come up short, and the Titans are going to be forced to punt.
Well, I tell you, Jeb, I was expecting some sort of a pass there, something to look down the field, but instead they go with the end around to Vang, and big man, number 85, Josh Miser, he's been on the play a lot tonight, and he was able to keep that ball moving, and you almost wonder if Tartan's going to keep the offense on the field here.
Yeah, it looks like they have running out of time here to continue to play special teams, so they are going to indeed go for it as Hernandez now out of the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 left. And the snap, he looks over the middle. It's caught right there by Braun again, and this time good for a 1st down, so the gamble pays off as Benjamin Braun's able to pull in another catch.
Well, Tartan's been big on 4th down tonight, 2 for 2 thus far, and here's Brunn. He's wide open right in the middle, found a hole in the zone, sat himself there, and was able to get a nice gain there across the middle. And the Tartan Titans will continue to move the ball.
And the ball is spotted at the 45. It'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Titans. Is now Hernandez again out of the shotgun. 1 receiver left and 2 receivers right. Hernandez takes the snap. Blitz is on. Hernandez able to elude both defenders. Thrown downfield. It's Brunn again. Able to make the catch, and Brunn for a 1st down. Nice job by Hernandez to Brunn to snap away for a 1st down.
Well, we talked about where Miser has been on the ball all night. Hernandez with the speed able to get out of those tackles. He evaded 2 guys and then was able to dump it off to Brunn over the middle. And now Tartan is moving on the other side of the field, and the plays have started to come together.
Impressive play there by Hernandez to get out of harm's way there as the Hastings blitz was all over him. And again, Brunn able to find some open space. It brings up 1st and 10 from the 42. 2:20 left to play out of the I formation. It's a fake. Vang unable to make a block, and he throws deep. The intended receiver there was Gorgon, but just out of the reach.
Yeah, you're right, Jeb. Just out of the reach, flushed out of the pocket as a number of Raiders were able to get there, and a very dangerous throw. Could have thrown it a little more out of bounds because that could have been intercepted.
And it'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Titans here as they continue to make their way across the field here, trying to claw into this Raiders lead as they lead at 27-7. 2:12 left to play, 3rd quarter. Hernandez under center. Throw, quick hit left side. And again, this is Jordan Thompson, unable to elude the first defender this time. Maybe a yard on the play. That's going to bring up a 3rd and long for the Titans.
Well, that quick hit works very well if you hit it right, but this time the zone defense that Hastings has been using was able to sniff that out very quickly. Didn't have a whole lot of room for Thompson, but something that I'm sure they'll go back to again here with time left.
Now, what we've seen early on with those quick hits with Thompson, he's been able to make that first guy miss more times than not. That time they were able to stop him in his tracks, and so it brings up 3rd and long for the Titans. Hernandez out of the shotgun. He's got 2 receivers right. And Vang just off to the side. He drops back and inside. And this time Hernandez unable to elude the Raiders blitz. And the big man for Hastings, number 61, Jack Toussaint, is in on the sack. Tackle for loss. And that'll bring up 4th down and long for the Tartan Titans.
Well, Jeb, it looked like to me that Toussaint had a free look here at Marco Hernandez. Nobody picked him up as they were coming off the edge. And Toussaint, all he had to do was just run his man down. And now it's 4th and long, and of course you have to go for it as we'll take a look at it here. Again, just no real solid blocking there, and down goes Hernandez.
And the Titans take a timeout here as they're somewhat forced to go for it. Folks, we want to remind you to check out another show here on TV 19 on our sister station, on GTN 16. It's North St. Paul Notes. It's a monthly program that showcases North St. Paul City staff, business leaders, and local residents. Tune in to Channel 16 every month to find out what's happening in the city of North St. Paul.
Well, Jeb, we sit here at a 4th and 25 upcoming for the Tartan Titans. You expect that some sort of a pass is coming here as they'll look down the field. They have some mismatches here. I think Jordan Thompson, Ben Brunn, the consistent targets tonight, are somebody that you could look for, or maybe some sort of a trick play using people like Vang and Ball and try and do something to get that first down. They're 2 for 2 tonight on 4th down as they look to make it 3 for 3.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Alexander Ball in the backfield along with Vang. And Hernandez has got a receiver out right and 2 out left, stretched real wide, opening up the Hastings defense. And Hernandez will go out of the shotgun. 4th and long, 1:35 left to play, third quarter. Big play here as Hernandez looks right side and just over the fingertips of Jordan Thompson. And that would have been real close to a first down had they been able to connect.
Well, we'll take a look at it here. A good play, good recognition by Hernandez to see an open receiver. But as has been the case many times tonight, just a little too high over his head.
And we've got an injured player down on the field. Tartan Titan unable to see exactly who it is there.
Looks like some sort of an offensive lineman grabbing his leg. Might be the center, Trey Staves, but tough to tell for sure. And looks like it will be Staves.
They're helping him out. Can't afford to lose the big man here as this game is far from over, but 1:30 left to play, third quarter. Turnover on downs, and so the Raiders will take over from the 42. Again, they've got good field position as they've had all night. We'll see if the Titans defense can answer the call and get the offense back on the field.
Well, has been the case significantly tonight. 176 yards rushing for the Raiders, and they'll probably keep going that to here to help drain that clock up by 20.
Colin Comer out of the shotgun here. He's got 2 receivers left, 1 right. It's a pitch to Mwu as Mbu takes it over the right side. Another positive yardage on the play. He picks up about 4 yards on the first carry there.
Well, again, those runs to the outside, those little pitches, they've been working all night for both sides, but especially for Hastings. Not the gain that they wanted, but the gain enough to keep the clock moving and to keep the possession in their hands.
And they mark it as a 5-yard gain for Mbu, so it brings up 2nd and 5. Comer out of the shotgun. Again, they keep it on the ground. It's Mbu off the left tackle there, and this time it's going to be close to a first down as he's taken down. Yeah, looks like they'll mark him. That is a Hastings Raiders first down. Another good run by Mbu.
Well, right up the middle again, testing that interior line, and Tartan has been 50-50 tonight with that run up the middle, and it seems like only when they're right on the goal line, that's when that's really been working. But otherwise, it's been tough going for them.
Exactly. The goal line play has been impressive. Outside of that, it's been a lot of holes for the Raiders' running attack. This time, Comer keeps it himself, and a nice tackle inside there as looked like Ball was in on the tackle and able to hold Comer to no gain that time.
Well, not only did he get in there, but it looks like he lost a yard as looks like Comer, a little bit of indecision there. Not sure if he wanted to hand that off to Mbu or not, but either way, second down upcoming.
As the time winds out, they're able to get the playoff here at the end of the third quarter. They go deep, caught, touchdown, Hastings. A huge hit right on the end there as the quarter winded down. Comer goes deep to his tight end Brake, and Brake's able to corral it in for the Hastings Raiders touchdown.
Well, what a pass by Colin Cummer, and then what a catch by Jacob Brake. A beautifully thrown ball with a great spiral. It looked like the defender fell down or tried to dive for it, but unfortunately not enough, and Hastings is extending to the lead on a great touchdown pass.
First catch tonight for Brake, as he had a couple of drops earlier on, and it's a big one this time as it puts the Raiders up as the kick by Cummer is good. And they take a 34-7 lead as the end of the third quarter comes to a close. Hastings 34, Titans 7, and we'll be back right after this.
I would do anything for my friends. They're like family to me. Sometimes saying no can be scary. But I'm so glad I was brave enough to say yes to living a drug-free life. This message is brought to you by the U.S. Air Force.
Yeah, welcome back as again, we're waiting to see what the exact call on the play was here. It looks like they're going to, we thought, kick the extra point, but now looks like line up for two. Cummer under center, and this time he drops back. They throw an out route, and ball is called incomplete as Weiss unable to pull in the short throw. It was a little short-sided by Cummer. So the extra point, for whatever reason, was not given. They go for two, unable to convert. So it's 33-7 after the Jacob Brake touchdown score just a minute ago.
Well, again, Jeb, not really sure why we were lining up for two there after the made extra point, but either way, we're going to come out on the other side of the fourth quarter, and the story for the game tonight has been this Hastings offense. They've been running the ball, they've been passing the ball. Tartan defense has not had very many answers for what they've been able to do, as we'll take a look at that last touchdown. As you can see, just a great spiral and just a great catch there by Blake. Not a whole lot of answers there. One-on-one coverage on the near side, and Blake just beat his man. Simple as that.
So it's 33-7 as we get set to start this fourth quarter. Tartan desperately needs a score here as the scoreboard doesn't really tell the tale of the game tonight. Although the Hastings Raiders have looked sharp, Tartan has done a nice job moving the ball, but it's been turnovers and mental penalty mistakes that have really contributed to this 33-7 score. Could be a lot closer.
Yeah, definitely could be, as we know that the offense from Tartan has been producing, but just the mental mistakes have been costing them.
And so this one, the kicked off by Cummer, and the Titan decided not to return it. It ends up being down at, looks like about the 18 is where they're going to mark it. So that's where the Titans offense will come onto the field. Fourth quarter underway, just under 12 minutes. The Titans need to score quick and often.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Jeb. They're going to have to start going to the air here, and they know what Hernandez has done tonight for Marco. He's been 12 of 24 for 148, and well, most nights that's what you'd want out of your quarterback, but they're going to need a little bit more out of him tonight if they want to be able to maybe climb back into this game.
And so Hernandez out of the shotgun. He's got two receivers left and two receivers right. Vang in motion. They fake to Vang. And now Hernandez rolls out to the right side off the fingertips of the intended receiver. And that was intended for Brunn. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Titans.
Well, a great fast ball quickly out of the hands of Hernandez. He saw his open man as Brunn was open with some room to run. But again, maybe just a little too fast, a little more touch on the ball. Maybe that's a completion and a nice gain up the field, but not so here for the Tartan Titans.
So it's 2nd and 10. Is Hernandez again out of the shotgun. Now open wide receiver set. Ball is in the backfield. This time Hernandez drops back. Pressure's coming, and he is sacked again for the third time tonight. This one will go for a loss. Not what the Titans ordered.
Well, that's the big man again. That's Josh Meiser who gets there. That's his third sack tonight. He had nobody blocking him. Hernandez did his best to dance and stutter out of the way, but eventually push came to shove, and down he goes.
So that brings up 3rd and a long 16. Ball is on the 14 of the Titans. They need a big hit play here, otherwise the Raiders, as they have all night, will have excellent field position and be able to primarily run this one out.
Well, I think we have a good matchup for Tartan on the near side.
Hernandez decides to throw a light screen, and able to get the edge is the big man, but good block on the play there, and able to get the edge was the big man. That was Jovan Walker. First time we've seen Jovan tonight. It'll be a little too late, but
well, a nice play either way. A dump over the middle for Jovan Walker. It's senior night here. So they said that his favorite memory was when he scored his first touchdown against the Hill Murray Pioneers a couple of years ago. And his quote from that game was, "I couldn't believe I actually scored." And of course, he's been scoring a couple of times here tonight. Not tonight, but over the course of the season for Tartan. And the big man's going to have a big career ahead of him.
He's got some size, definitely. And certainly at least a two-sport athlete.
Well, we take a look at it again here, as you may have noticed. If you like what you've seen here and you want to know which games and which sports we're about to cover on your favorite sports station, TV19, throw us a like on Facebook at facebook.com/TV19sports. Or if Twitter's your thing, follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/TV19sports for all our information in under 140 characters or less.
So that brings up 4th and 9 from the 21. 11 minutes left to play. The Titans are going to have to kick due to field position, and the Raiders, pending the kick, should have some pretty good position. This one's kicked. Fair catch is called by Weiss, and it's down at about the 46-yard line. So that's where the Raiders will start out. And we'll see. I would expect a lot of running here on this next series of downs.
I would expect the same there, Jeb. And again, we look at the drives that Hastings have had, the last couple of drives. They've started on the Tartan 43, the Tartan 30, their own 49. The battle of field position has gone significantly in Hastings' way, and they have not had any difficulty at all with where they've started the ball. As a result, with that short field, they haven't had to do a whole heck of a lot.
And we'll see if they can continue to capitalize on what's already been a productive night offensively, as they've put up 33 points thus far and just held the Titans to that lone touchdown by Hernandez. Comer out of the shotgun. And this time, again, it's a pitch right side to Embu. And again, Embu picks up positive yardage. The 20, the 10, touchdown. Ovi Embu for the Raiders. And that'll all but do it tonight for Hastings. Again, Embu solid on the ground. No flags on the play. Oh, excuse me, we do have a penalty on the play.
This might be coming back. I thought we had maybe an illegal shift of some kind. It looks like it will go against Hastings, but we missed the call on that one. That's our apologies. But just a great run as Embu found a hole and then just kept moving. Nobody was able to catch him, and we talk about those mental mistakes. Thankfully, the flag saves Tartan here, but that was a huge one.
And Embu so electric once he gets the ball in his hands. He finds that hole, and he just keeps those legs moving. He's got some speed, but as you touched on, the flag will go on the way of the Raiders, so it'll be looks like a 5-yard penalty to bring up 1st and 15 now for the Hastings Raiders, as the Titans are saved by a penalty there on that last play. Now Comer out of the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 1 right, and it's a low snap. Back to play. Comer has to just jump on it, and a huge loss. So quite the turn of events from a called back touchdown to a botched snap, and just like that, Tartan's got some momentum going here.
Well, that botched snap certainly helped the Tartan Titans here, as it looks like he couldn't get a hold on of it. And there's Damian Gorgon, the tight end / defensive lineman. He just gets right back in there and makes sure that the quarterback for Hastings, Colin Cummer, knows where he's at tonight.
So a little over 10 minutes left to play. It's 2nd and 38 from the 31. We'll see if the Titans defense can answer the call as, again, Embu on the ground, this time up the middle for a few yards. And that'll bring up 3rd and long for Hastings. And that's exactly what the Tartan Titans need if they want to try to make a comeback in this game.
Now we'll take a look at it here. Again, up the middle. It just keeps working for them, so keep it up. And they'll run the ball up the middle as much as they can from here on out.
And David Larson in on the tackle for the Titans there. It brings up 3rd and long here for Hastings. Comer out of the shotgun. 1 receiver right, 2 left. No, another botched play, but we've got flags all over the place. And that one might have helped the Raiders. That could have went in for 6 there had there not been a false start, as 2 Titan defenders were all over Comer in the football there. So it's a false start called on the Raiders. It'll bring up 3rd and even longer, as they already had 37 to go.
Well, Jeb, with the score being what it is and the distance being what it is this the point where you try a fake play or something just to see what's in your playbook?
Why not? We're tailing in on the end of the season. Got to give everything a little bit of a try. I wouldn't be against it. Comer out of the shotgun. Again, they keep it on the ground, and Embu is able to bounce off a couple of tackles. Takes it up across the 45, and that's where they'll spot him down. He's short of the first down, but it's a heck of a run by Ovi Embu, as they nearly broke a final tackle to get that first down.
Well, it's tough to tackle Embu, who's got speed, and he will not let you bring him down easily. And we saw that there where he was able to keep churning up the middle, but that 3rd and 32 made it really tough to get the first down. And I think for one of the first times here tonight, Hastings will have to punt.
And that's exactly what they're going to do. 2 Titans back. It looks like we got a brief stop on the field here as timeout was called by the Titans as they look to figure out their special team set and whatnot.
Well, we've told you once before, and there's one of our wonderful volunteers. Now, again, if you're interested in volunteering for us as a camera operator, any sort of a sound equipment manager, things like that, we have opportunities for you. All you got to do, just come on over. If you're interested, give Arlen a call at 651-747-3821, or if email is a little more interesting to you, you can email Arlen at onlocationtv.org and come on out and volunteer for us with tons of opportunities that are available.
Absolutely. Always a good time. There's a shot at Arlen there, all suited up as it's a tad bit chilly out there. He hides behind the pole as he's wanted to do. And we're back at it here now as the Raiders are set to punt. The snap and the kick is up, and it's a good one at that, and it's going to bounce across about the 25. It looks like they'll tap it down at about the 22, 23 or so. So that's where the Titans will take over with 8:34 left to play, fourth quarter. They trail 33-7.
Well, Jeb, my very rough math here says that Tartan's down 24 points, and you'll need to start getting some sort of big plays here with 8:34 to go. And the passing game has been working, 13 for 26, 152 yards, but no touchdowns through the air. They need to start going to the air. They have the mismatches available. They have holes in that zone. They found them out, but they just haven't found them frequently enough.
They need a quick hit here in order to keep this game alive. Otherwise, the Raiders will continue to chew off time off the clock, and maybe a little too late if they don't score early here. 1 receiver right, 1 left. 2 men in the backfield, along with Hernandez out of the shotgun. And the snap, he steps up. They do go deep this time, left side. Thompson just out of the reach. And a nice play there. They had a good look at it, but just a bit out of the reach for Jordan Thompson. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Well, as I suggested there, Jeb, they did have a mismatch, and it looks like Thompson had a man beat one-on-one far side, but again, just the pass a little too far. I don't think Thompson really looked back to try and identify where that ball was until it was much too late.
A tough break because he did have a step on the defender. That would have been exactly what they needed, a quick hit and a long one at that, as it brings up 2nd and 10 from the 22.
We've already gotten a lot of Thompson tonight. He already has 105 yards through the air. But again, are you going to call on him some more because you know what he can do, or do you look for somebody else maybe to spark this offense, put some life into it?
Heavy set on the left side for their receivers as Hernandez finds Brunn now in that soft spot of the defense, and he is up across the 35 for a first down for the Titans as they move the chains. 8:19 left to play.
We'll take a look at it here. Hernandez, as the pressure came. Again, he's been harassed most of the night, and he does a great job of extending this play very close to an illegal forward pass, as it looked like he was almost over the line.
And this time he steps back, overthrows. It's intercepted by the Raiders. That is not what the Titans needed, as he threw it right into the hands of Noah Bosky. And Hastings' offense will truck back onto the field. Looked like a little bit of miscommunication that time by Hernandez and the intended receiver.
Well, the pressure came quickly, and then just a little overthrown of a football. He had two guys that were open, but then just right into the wrong hands.
It looked like he was looking for Jovan Walker, as he was the nearest man in that vicinity. But nevertheless, it's another turnover for the Titans, which has kind of been the story of the game tonight. And it'll bring the Hastings offense back onto the field. 8:08 left to play as they lead it 33-7. And 1st and 10 from the 49. Comer hands off to Embu again, strong up the middle and down close to a first down. Good run by Ovi Embu.
Well, Jeb, you're absolutely right. The turnover game has been a problem. Tartan's turned over the ball 4 times and only gotten once back. Granted, that was at the end of the second quarter, but at the same time here, the offense just hasn't been making the right plays at the right time, and so far disappointing here on senior night.
9 yards on the gain. It brings up 2nd and 1 from the 42. Clock continues to run. 7:34 left to play. Titans need a turnover here. Comer again gives it to Embu. Again, huge hole. This time up across the 30. It's a first down for the Raiders, and they'll continue to chew away at the clock.
This was a great cut by Embu right there. He sees the hole, and then he cuts right back and finds open space. And then the gain that he just keeps on getting continues to work here for Hastings Raiders.
That's 1st and 10 now from the 28. As Hastings continues to march. 1 receiver left, 2 out to the right. Embu in the backfield with Comer out of the shotgun. And Comer again, handoff to Embu. Same play up the middle. Able to pick up a couple of yards. And again, the clock will continue to run.
Well, that's all you can do, really. Gain of 3 on the play for Embu. He just keeps on working, as he is now currently at 162 yards rushing on the night, and Tartan just hasn't had the offensive answer for him.
That brings up 2nd and 7 now from the 25. Comer again out of the shotgun with Embu in the backfield. And now Weiss in motion. This time it's a fake, a handoff to Embu, and he's met there. Bounces off of the initial contact up across the 20. Near of another first down. It looks like he got the first down, so the chains move. And a flag is thrown as some extracurriculars after. Looked like Logan Jennings was getting in on the action after the play had concluded. We'll see which way this flag was going.
Well, on that play there, great vision. The fake worked, and Tartan bit hard on it, but again, this penalty might have offset it here depending on who it's on.
On the replay there, it looked like offensive lineman Drake Guck may have had a little extracurricular, so I could see this possibly going against the Raiders. I'm just waiting for the official's call. You see late at the...
Oh, yep, there it is. That's something that you have to be aware that you know that you have to keep your cool up. You're up by several touchdowns. There's no reason for making a play like that, and for the junior, something he can work on as section play starts.
So it will go against the Raiders. It'll set them back just a bit. 6:20 left to play. Nevertheless, it's a first down. It's 1st and 10 for Hastings. We'll see where the ball gets spotted here as the officials yeah, 1st and 10 now. It looks like from the 32. .620 left to play now as Comer out of the shotgun again. One receiver left, two receivers right. And another stoppage in play as they try to figure this all out.
Some very frustrating officiating here. We've seen it tonight where the communication on both sides has affected the play of the game and certainly slowing things down here again. As the officials look to have another conversation about it. I believe that they should have just kept the chains where they are and moved the down marker.
Yeah, exactly. No reason to move the chains. So as we wait here for them to get it right.
Well, as a former official of all sorts of sports, I understand the need for communication throughout, and it looks like they're doing the right thing here and talking about it, making sure that the call is right. But again, you want to be able to make that call right the first time. As you can see, some of the officials are getting extremely demonstrative within themselves. And Tartan, they're doing their thing. They're staying warm. It's a very chilly night here, as we mentioned at the Open. And everyone's got to get better come playoff time, and we'll look to see if they can do that here.
Exactly. It's now dropped down to near 40 degrees, so we've had quite a dip since the start of the kickoff tonight, but we'll take another look at the play in a whole from Embu initially and then all the way through the extracurriculars and why we are where we're at.
Well, I think we had a couple of things there, too. We see here your play that got the personal foul call, but then also on the initial run when Embu went down, it looked like somebody shoved the ball out of the way and threw it away almost. Surprising not to see a flag even on that, so maybe that's what they're talking about, where there should have been two flags.
Well, looks like we've finally come to a conclusion, so after yet another discussion and whatnot, it looks like they've got it figured out.
Well, you may be able to hear some of the conversation that's going on in the press box. Again, not really sure. And personally, I want to thank my former supervisor, Ryan Townsend, with U of M Intramurals for helping me understand the stresses that officials go through.
All right, we're back underway now, finally, after a long delay there as they try to figure out the call. 6:20 left to play. Another flag on the play as the handoff to Embu is taken up the middle. And it looks like false start on the Raiders.
We'll see here. We can't really see anything on that play, but a nice run up the middle. But again, it looks like Hastings should be backed up some more.
And that time, actually, Donovan Matson was the ball carrier.
We'll see it there. Not really. I didn't see anybody jump. I don't know, Jeb, did you see anybody?
I did not. I seen the flag come out immediately, and official indicates false start.
Yep. Looks like number 73, at least we think that's 73, Drake Gluck, jumping just a hair early. Great camera work there from our crew.
So that'll bring up 1st and 15 now, as again they keep it on the ground trying to chew away at the clock. A minimal gain, if any, at that. And the clock will continue to run. As, this fourth quarter was winding down until that last play, and it kind of slowed the pace of everything. May have taken the Raiders off of their impressive run game there. They were gaining some positive yards and some big chunks there, but either way, they've got a 33-7 lead. It brings up 2nd and 15, so no gain on the play. 5 minutes, 40 seconds remain here in tonight's game. Comer out of the shotgun. And again, they'll keep it on the ground. Matson again gets the ball. He takes it up for a couple of yards off the right side. It'll be 3rd and long for the Raiders.
Well, we'll take a look here again, just keeping the clock running, making sure that you hold on to the ball. You don't give Tartan any sort of chance to get back into this game, and that's continually been what they've been doing all night long.
And we've seen Donovan Matson, the defensive back, actually get a couple of carries here as of late with the big Hastings lead, and maybe give Embu a little bit of a breather as they're coming into some playoff play. You want to keep everyone healthy and whatnot. Under 5 minutes left here to play. Comer out of the shotgun. Again, Matson in the backfield. And Matson will hold on to it. Again, pick up a couple of yards. And that'll bring up 4th and long for Hastings.
Well, again, much of the same. Just run right up the middle, keep the clock moving. Not a whole lot we can say here. And again, with the punter, Coomer / quarterback / do-it-all utility man here for Hastings, we'll see maybe if they decide to go for it here, considering the ball being where it is, and really put a hurt down on this Tartan team.
Well, that looks like that's exactly what they're going to do. 2 receivers right, 1 left. As Comer out of the shotgun again. And again, the ball's kept on the ground. Couple of yard gain on the play. It'll be a turnover on downs. But with under 4 minutes left to play and a 24-point lead, Hastings would be happy to put their defense back on the field.
Well, a very curious call, no matter what the 4th down situation is. I mean, if you're going to go for it on 4th down, might as well go big. And I guess the run up the middle just to kind of say, here you go, Titans, take the football. And I don't know, not necessarily a play call that I would agree with in this situation.
I would agree with you. You got Comer who's been throwing the ball well all night. I know you want to chew up the clock a little bit, but if you're going to go for it and 4th and long, why not go for it? But nevertheless, the Titans regain the ball here with 3:56 left to play. The ball's on the 30. It's 1st and 10. Hernandez out of the shotgun. A 2-step drop, pressures in. A good pickup of the block there, and batted down at the line. A nice defensive play by Levi Zach of the Raiders.
Well, it really started here with a great block as the blitz came. What a great block from Ball there. And Hernandez looked like he was going for an open receiver there, but almost a dangerous turnover there for number 82, Levi Zach. And the Tartans escape danger once again.
That brings up 2nd and 10, 3:50 left to play. And we'll see what the Titans look to do. If they want any hope, they need to score immediately here. Again, coming into the playoffs, they don't want to get anyone hurt. They want to be able to play that next game. Hernandez out of the shotgun, looks left side. It's caught, and just across the 35, taken down at about the 38. And again, that was Brunn on the catch for the Titans.
Well, a really good pass here from Hernandez. He had a lot of time as a lineman, did a great job there, and Brunn's open over the middle. A nice little leaping catch there. They'll put the ball at the 40, but it'll be a 3rd and 2 again for Tartan.
I'll see if they can move the chains and keep this game alive as 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. It's 3rd and short for the Titans. Hernandez again out of the shotgun. 2 receivers right. He looks right. Quick throw. He catches it. That's Brunn up across midfield, and it's good for a 1st down for the Titans.
Well, really a great quick hit little pass here. The Hernandez to Brunn connection has been working extremely well tonight. A nice quick pass. And then he's able to escape what was essentially a hand tackle there on the far side and across midfield. And with the clock winding down, you're still very down, but some points here might help.
We'll see if the Titans can find a way into the end zone for at least some motivation, self-esteem moving into playoffs. As Hernandez again out of the shotgun, 2 receivers right. And he's got some pressure on him. He looks to Vang, but that one drops just short. It falls incomplete. Nice job by Marco Hernandez to elude the pressure there as he had a couple of Raiders right on him.
Well, that seems to be a repeating theme across the night here where Hernandez has been pressured a lot. and the blitz came. He was able to escape it. Some great pressure there from Josh Miser rather, and just a little bit too low.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 48. 2:35 now left to play. The Titans trying to answer back. They've got Thompson split out to the left. That's which way he's looking. He goes deep over to Thompson, and again, he throws low. He had Thompson open for the first down, but unable to connect. It'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Tartan.
Well, again, another great play to escape the pressure and find a man open on the left side, but again, couldn't hold on as the temperature continues to drop. Those hands get cold, and if they're not warm, it's going to be very tough to catch a ball, no matter even if it's thrown right at your numbers.
We'll see if they can move the chains. It's 3rd and 10 from the 48. Titans trail 33-7. 2:30 left to play. Again, Thompson split out to the left, Brunn to the right. Ball in the backfield. He throws it over to the way of Jovan Walker, and he's able to make the catch shy of the first down, so that's going to bring up 4th and short.
Well, a really good pass here, looking for the big man, Jovan Walker. Looks like he got close to the 40, but it'll be 4th and 3. You know, Tartan's been doing very well on 3rd down tonight. They're 5 for 14, which is an extremely high completion rate, but good on this Hastings defense to force a 4th down.
And they'll obviously go for it here as they down to their last couple of chances here. They need to convert. It's 4th and 3 from the 41. Again, Thompson split out to the left along with Brunn. Vang in the backfield. He throws left side. Thompson makes the catch. And now trying to make something out of nothing, and that he does. Jordan Thompson still on his feet. Now cuts it back to the left side. Now Thompson again on his feet. Now just zigzagging his way, and then Thompson makes his way out of bounds. Interesting play as he takes it out at about the 26. I'm not exactly sure. You would have thought that there'd been like 5 seconds left in the play. Take another look at this one, Alex.
Well, I agree with you there. A great pass right over the middle, perfect spiral, and then he just decides to head off to the races, and Thompson does some zigzagging here, and maybe some sort of a lateral play was set up, but I don't know, just not really good communication on the side of the Tartan Titans, and Thompson finds himself running like a chicken with his head cut off.
Eventually just ran out of steam and stepped out now it looks like there was a flag on the play. A personal foul was called on the Titans. Not sure if that was after the play or...
Yeah, not 100% sure. Based on the replay that we saw, I didn't see anything, but we've seen it a couple of times tonight where there's been personal foul calls on both sides of the football, and I guess at this point the frustration's boiling over with this game already well in hand.
So they spot the ball now at the 41. Interesting calls here this evening. We've had a number of miscommunication between the officials, and it's caused quite the delay in the pace of play. We get on a run and then some stoppages. Take another look at the catch by Thompson and then the circus that ensued after that. And
I don't know, tough from what we're seeing here on our screen to see any sort of a flag there unless there's a hit that happened off screen, but still, again, another poorly executed penalty, which Tartan has found themselves in a number of situations. 6 penalties tonight, 65 yards. That's cost them, and I think that's contributed to the score being what it is.
Absolutely. The personal foul negates the first down, so again, it's 4th and 3 from the 41. 1:19 left to play. Hernandez rolls out to the right. He finds Brunn in the middle of the field. He's taken down across the 35. That's good for a first down for the Titans. And so they keep the game alive and the chains moving here.
Well, they have a lot of room over the middle of the field, and when they find the holes in the zone like they've done all night, they've been able to get passes, they've been able to get completions, to get some momentum, but there's always been something that has just stopped them before they're able to do anything at all.
It's been the story of the game tonight. It's too bad because it's been a good one back and forth, even though the score looks heavily one-sided. Hernandez again out of the shotgun. And scrambles a bit off to the right. This time throws across his body. He was looking for Vang across the middle. That one comes up short. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 with just over a minute left to play.
Well, like we said before, they went right back over the middle to try and find somebody who's available. And again, there was a hole in the zone, but a ball that was just a little bit underthrown. And I think it's been also the lack of consistency by the thrower Hernandez, who hasn't been able to find targets when they've been open.
2nd and 10 now from the 34. We'll see if the Titans can capitalize on the late first down and leave here with a little bit of positive self-esteem as both teams get ready for playoff football upcoming. Hernandez back now, throws deep right side, just out of the reach again of Jordan Thompson. They've just missed a couple of times tonight. That one just over to the fingertips. A good effort by Thompson, but unable to bring it in.
Well, that was a really good pass, a perfect spiral. You could tell he was going deep. As we'll take a look at it here, that throw, he winds up, and then he just put it deep. Thompson did a great job of getting behind the defender, but just a little bit too far again.
Just a couple of mishits. Thompson and Hernandez tonight have had a couple of good looks that have just been just a couple inches too deep. So we'll see again. They got a 3rd and 10 upcoming from the 34. 55 seconds left to play. And Hernandez again out of the shotgun. Ball is the lone man in the backfield. They throw again over the middle. It's the big man, Jovan Walker, and he takes it up across the 15. It's good for a first down. And on senior night, it's good to see big Jovan Walker with another catch.
Well, Jovan does a great job of finding some room over the middle and just parking himself there, and none of the Hastings Raiders are able to pick him up in that defensive setup that they have, and keeps the chains moving here.
40 seconds as the clock continues to run. It's 1st and 10 now from the 16. Hernandez looking left side, and this one's tipped and nearly intercepted by the Raiders. A tough break there as Owen was the intended receiver. It tipped off his hands, and Gudisa almost took it the other way.
Well, it's not just been the miscues for Tartan tonight. It's been the tough little breaks either way, and that one was very dangerous, albeit late, where some play like that could have a huge impact on this game, and thankfully for Tartan, it just fell down short.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 now from the 16. 31 seconds left to play. Titans looking to score for some self-confidence here.
Well, you look at Hernandez, 20 of 41 for 240 yards tonight.
And he's back now out of the shotgun again. Throws deep, and this time over the head of the intended receiver. It's the tight end, Jovan Walker, but just a bit too high for the big man.
Yeah, it looks like he might have lost his grip on that ball as it was a very nicely thrown spiral out of his hand, but just a little bit too far for Jovan Walker.
That brings up 3rd and 10 now from the 16. 26 seconds left to play. The Titans figure out what they're going to run here. They get up to the line now, and again, 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. And ball in the backfield with Hernandez out of the shotgun. This time he steps up, throws across the middle, and again, the big man, Jovan Walker, had some opening there, but the throw was thrown behind him, so tough one to bring in.
Yeah, very tough one to bring in, and that Hastings defense that was blitzing very hard and very fast, and Hernandez did a great job of finding the man open over the middle, but just a little bit behind the intended receiver.
Well, last chance for the Titans here to punch one in to They'll find the end zone. It's 4th and 10 from the 16. We'll see if they can capitalize here on a impressive drive here late in the game. Hernandez again out of the shotgun. He's looking on the left side. And now the pressure comes. Hernandez will take it himself. He's running out of room. He throws it to the back of the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Benjamin Brunn. But there is a flag on the play. And it looks like this one might go against Brunn, as it appeared the Hastings defender was knocked down prior to the ball.
Yeah, this one should be a pretty easy call here. Hernandez, a great job of, again, extending that play, getting out to the far near side, and unfortunately the receiver was just all over the defensive back, as we can see the tail end of it there. That's an easy pass interference call.
The crazy thing is it appeared to be, but it looks like they gave him the touchdown.
Wow.
I don't know if the flag, it looked from our replay like the flag came in right when we seen it, but it appears their touchdown was good. So Hernandez to Benjamin Brunn. That makes it a 33-13 game. The Titans elect to go for 2 here.
It'll be interesting to see what they choose to go with here, Jeb, if they try to run it up the middle. Looks like they have ball in the backfield, a big man who can certainly do that, or maybe if they'll pass it to Jovan Walker, get the seniors involved as best they can.
Absolutely. Not much time left, just 10 seconds left on the clock. They try to throw right side. It's knocked down by the big man for Hastings. That was number 55. Chamberlain was able to get a hand on it. And so unable to capitalize on the 2-point conversion, but the touchdown to Brunn was good. It makes it a 33-13 Hastings lead.
Well, we'll get another opportunity here to advertise one of our great programming sequences here. We'll have a bunch of highlights from this one tonight, as well as other games from our Big 5 schools across the past couple of weeks. You can find those on SportsPath. That's live every other Wednesday with Sam Erickson and John Miller here on TV 19. We have highlights, we got interviews, we got trivia questions for you as well. If you're a big fan of sports in your local high school area, please make sure to tune in.
Absolutely, every other Wednesday. 7 o'clock, a great program. We talked about it earlier tonight. A couple of good guys there that bring that program to you, and Johnny Miller and Sam Erickson. And won't be long before you get to hear their beautiful voices on the airwaves as well. Well, 33-13, 10 seconds left here in tonight's game as the Titans will kick off. And
looks like there was some sort of penalty before the kickoff, or maybe this was where the flag on the touchdown came in.
So they'll be kicking from the 45. And we'll see is back to kick it for the Titans is Tristan Weaver as we get set for the kick. And the onside is kicked over by Weaver. It's kicked around a bit, but it looks like the Raiders are able to jump on it, and that'll all but do it with 6 seconds left to play. Hastings will run one last play, and both teams will head to the locker room and start game planning for that first round of the playoffs upcoming.
Well, you said it yourself, Jeb. Very difficult night, but some good morale going here for Tartan, as Hernandez looks like he'll finish with an outstanding night. 255 yards passing, a touchdown, and interception, but a very good night for him. And unfortunately, it looks like Elvis has left the building on this one.
Absolutely, and it's too bad. Like we talked about all night, it was a pretty competitive game on both sides, but turnovers and some mental mistakes more than anything kind of plagued the Titans tonight. It's Comer now out of the shotgun. Hernandez throws deep left side to the end zone, and big Jovan Walker comes down with the score. Good to see. Senior night, the big man goes up and gets it. And so that's huge for morale, Alex.
Well, you talk about that. I thought that, or I guess we both thought that Hastings had recovered that kickoff. I guess not. And, well, it looks like a great pass here from Hernandez to Jovan, and they add some more points to the scoreboard, make this one a lot closer than we previously thought it was going to be. As great pass, Jovan gets right in front of the ball. Great concentration to tip the ball up to himself and secure it down for that catch.
Crazy turn of events as that's how it'll end. The Titans with a couple of late scores certainly boost their morale, but unfortunately they come up short tonight. The final, the Raiders 33, the Titans 19, and that's how it'll finish. From all of us here at TV19 Sports, from Alex Westland, I'm Jeb Brand. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.